But what they do is different and unique, and I think it needs to be studied and appreciated. And to this point, I don't believe that it has been studied and appreciated. I think instead we have, again, I said this earlier, the tail wagging the dog. And in this case, I think we need to be very careful when we allow that to happen. And we need to have a analysis of this with an advisory committee of everybody involved, all the stakeholders, and to hear out, who does what when, because there are people that are very confused about what they do. And there are some CVSOs that think that what they do is what I do, and it's not the same.
Senator Gustafson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No follow-up. I just, I sit on the Jobs Committee. I sit in state local gov, and I listen to committee members scrutinize every single dollar that goes to nonprofits or state agencies, and they should, right? We should be very mindful of where our dollars go, and this isn't state funded, so I get that. But I'm just struggling a little bit that why people would oppose a bill that is just making sure that we are watching the dollars that veterans are spending to receive their services, and we want to protect them and their resources as well, so that they aren't being taken advantage of. And all of it should be a level playing field. And I just look at these services and this list of claim sharks, and again, I invite everybody to Google these companies and see what has happened. And it is unacceptable what they have done, and that's what we're trying to prevent. So I don't need any follow-up question. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. Thank you.
Sure. One last comment.
I would love to respond. So I have asked MDVA for information about that in specific instances, because right now all we're dealing with is anecdotes, and I have not yet received that information. So I'm concerned that we're working on anecdotes and not on hard facts, and I'd like to see hard facts. Second, when it comes to this VA accreditation, I've already talked to attorneys in wills and trusts and other areas, and they don't represent veterans, or they don't anymore because of the way the law works now. So I am opposed to it as written. I think the idea of protecting veterans is novel and important, but we also need to be mindful that we're chilling veterans' access to lawful attorneys in the state of Minnesota that no longer represent veterans or refuse to. And I think that that's my valid reason about why I oppose this as written.